Hello everyone, welcome to the 36th episode of the Sci-Fi Podcast. Today we'll be talking about Konami's eFootball, which is launched and, well, it's interesting. The seemingly never-ending drama at Blizzard, and there is a lot of Nintendo news because there's Pokemon news, and they finally revealed the new Smash Brothers character. Joining me to go through it all is Josh, Anf and Charbel, and I'm your host Jack. How you going, guys?
Hey, we're co-hosts too.
Kick.
Yeah, whatever. I'm doing the intros, who cares?
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
So, there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening, right?
Yeah, but I want to start with eFootball, right? Because you called it interesting, and from where I'm sitting, it looks more like a colossal fuck-up.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, it's not good.
Me and you are into sports, Jack.
Yeah.
Josh and Anf, not so much. So I'm going to break it down for them, right? So, you know how there are two main football series, right? There's FIFA from EA, and then Konami's Pro Evolution Soccer, or PES, as it's called. Right, guys?
Yep. Yeah.
So, Konami rebranded PES, and it's now called eFootball 2022. It's free to play, and I want you to bear that in mind, right?
Right.
It's released in such a bad state that out of 18,000 reviews, over 16,000 are negative. It is currently Steam's worst rated game in history.
Oh my god.
Now, I know what you're thinking. The game is free. How did you piss people off so much that many people are leaving?
They don't think a free game is worth their time or money. They no money.
So, I mean, we're going to have screenshots when this goes up on YouTube. But one thing they bragged about, for example, is they scanned all these players and they were going to look super, super good. And they don't.
They do not.
It's legitimately embarrassing like a studio as big as Konami is putting something of this quality.
I'm looking at the photos now of the screenshots and stuff. They look like freaking aliens.
The description of the spectators is just zombie-like because there's a lot of the same people, which is not abnormal, but they just don't look real. It just looks so fake. Like this is not a 2021 game.
The game is, in terms of how it works, it's super, super, super glitchy. So
there's been invisible players.
Yeah, everything from invisible players to animations bugging out and not working to, everything. You name it, it's there. And I will say this. Normally, I know the general consensus with most hardcore gamers is they don't really respect sports games. They say, oh yeah, it's the same shit every year. But this year, everyone I know that's picked up FIFA has been saying it's the best one in years. Particularly if they've picked it up on a Series X or a PS5. Everyone's in love with it. Konami really shit the bed this year. It is not looking good for eFootball.
No, it's not.
16,000 negative reviews on a free-to-play game. That's horrid.
It legitimately is. I can't think of a free game that's gotten that level of backlash from a studio as big as Konami.
I would like to read the IGN quote. Amazing. With its strange glitches, poor character models, and zombie-like crowds, Konami eFootball 2022 is effectively a pre-alpha release masquerading as a finished product. Ouch. That is a tough take.
Oh my god.
Now, you know how I said most hardcore gamers say, oh yeah, sports games suck because they're the same from year to year?
Yeah.
I saw a video of someone comparing Pro Evolution Soccer 21, which retailed at normal AAA price, and eFootball 2022. And they're not even in the same league. PES looks so much nicer. It looks like it plays a lot better. I legitimately don't understand how they had a working football game. And they went so far back to the point where everything is dreadful. It is worse in, I think, just about every way.
It's funny because normally they get critiqued for it just being a copy and paste. And there's not much difference. This, they obviously didn't do that, because it just went backwards. Like, it wasn't it didn't improve, it just got worse.
Clinton, when you edit this, please put a photo of the crowd.
The zombie crowd. I'm looking at it and it's hurting me.
It really looks like something out of State of Decay, I'm not going to lie. The facial features look god-awful.
It looks like something from back in the early 2000s.
Some of the teeth, you know those like candy teeth you get in like bags of lollies, like Allen's lollies or something. They look like that.
You know what they remind me of? You know Alita Battle Angel? It looks like Alita from the movie.
Oh, the freaking gigantic eyes.
Yeah, the bug eyes. They just all look really sad. I don't know, is that just me?
Yeah, they don't look happy to be in a football game. Especially the copies of the multiple... the same dude. Just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, normally we'd tell people to save money and don't buy it, but even for free, please do not install
just don't
this
download it.
On anything.
Listen,
do not do it.
The scary part is
really
it got worse. No, go ahead, Josh.
If you want to piss off Konami, send them an email asking if the game is actually worth your time and money, and even though it's free.
Yeah. Are you actually gonna tell everyone that listens to this to spam Konami with emails?
I don't give a fuck. It's a multi-million-dollar company that keeps fucking up.
I mean,
they're not just.
I don't, but like,
I think the 16,000 reviews speak for themselves.
Yeah, I think they've got the message pretty clear at this point. It is legitimately... I mean, I can't even...
Charbel, they cancelled PT after amazing reception, so they might just live in some weird fantasy where negative reviews are good reviews.
Yeah, at the moment, the only success Konami is getting right now is from Pachinko's and remastered collections.
Yeah, I was going to say, they actually announced... Well, not announced, but a few days ago it was reported that Konami they're going to remaster some of their IPs. Metal Gear Solid, Silent Hill, and... Damn, I can't remember the third one.
Well, they do a good job on this.
Have you guys heard about the whole Silent Hill HD collection thing?
What, the one that released on the PS3 and how it was garbage because they removed a lot of what made it good?
Yeah. But you guys know what specifically they removed? That was just, like, really immediate.
The fog.
Yeah, they removed the fog from Silent Hill.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wait,
so
the thing that makes it horror?
Yeah, the only thing that made the game scary.
Yeah, Silent Hill was so bad that I believe the audio engineer that worked on the original version straight up said, "Do not buy the port" on Twitter. I believe it was the audio engineer.
A bunch of people who made the original version were just like, "Yeah, this is garbage," and they clearly had no idea what they were doing.
Oh, I only saw like one of the former devs say it, but were there more than one?
No, I believe it was a few of them.
Oh, wow.
Okay, man.
They also redubbed the game.
I think
from
the
what
scenario guy also said this is shit, and that they vastly misunderstood what made the game's tone work.
All I'm thinking of is that meme where they're like, "Look how they massacred my boy."
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
They also like redubbed like the games as well. Like they just got a new cast entirely.
That's right, and the dub was not very well received.
No, it was not.
Yeah.
Look, remasters, when it comes to like remasters or remakes, you're walking a very thin line because you have to make a game as good as it was originally. And if it's a bad game, it's not getting a remaster, let's be real.
No, it's really not.
But
Nah.
But like you have to think, does that include the faults that come with it and things like that? Like the fog in Silent Hill was partly because of technical limitations.
It was actually entirely because of technical limitations.
Yeah, but it worked so well for the game, and then when they removed it, everyone was like, "Well, this is shit."
Yeah, I think
it's just
you gotta work around it. Was this game designed around this flaw, or is this a flaw that just happened to be in the game?
It's but speaking of remasters and remakes, a studio known for remasters and remakes was acquired by Sony, and that would be Bluepoint.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Remind me, what did they make?
So, they most recently did the Demon Souls remake for the PS5.
Right.
But they've also remastered a whole bunch of stuff, like the Nathan Drake collection. That was them.
Shadow of Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus, the remake was them.
Okay, so they made
They
some
also-
decent stuff.
They've also made original games like PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Oh, Bad Smash.
They're currently developing a original IP.
Yeah, apparently the new reports now is that they're working on an original IP. But I'm actually
Yeah.
glad Sony has finally acquired them.
And maybe
Is-
Bloodborne. Side note. Maybe.
I mean,
Doubt.
I doubt it. If it's Bloodborne though, if it's anything Bloodborne related, I'll be interested.
I think that
would
game
be keen
just
to see
is-
what they do.
I think that game just deserves a PS5 update, and that's it.
Yeah, when they
I would be happy for that at this point. I don't
When
know if
they-
I've given up on Bloodborne 2, but I would be happy for that at this point.
Because the game, as it is, looks really, really good. And all that you need to do is just do a bit of tweaks, like, amp it up to 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Bit of
Yeah.
upscaling, and voila, fucking Bob's your uncle. You
like
got
when
yourself
they
a good game back onto the market.
when they announced the PS Plus collection, that collection you get if you have a PS5 and you have PlayStation Plus. Bloodborne's in that list, and you're
Yeah.
just like, oh wow, I wonder why it's in that list. I saw it, and the moment they announced it, I was like, oh man, maybe they've given it some sort of upgrade. Maybe it'll take advantage of the DualSense. Maybe at the least it'll be 60 FPS, and you just no.
Nope.
Nothing.
I don't know off the top of my head if they actually did anything, but I can definitely confirm it's not 60 FPS, which is something that fans have been saying they want for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
Me included.
Especially with the way, like, Demon Souls plays. Like,
yeah.
that game runs at 60 FPS, and it serves it so well. Now I'm thinking, man, I can't play Souls without anything but.
Amp's now is one of them snobby PC elitists now.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
completely
completely turned around.
He's one
Can't
of
play
us.
anything at less than 4K 120 hertz.
I saw
Yeah,
a thing the
fucking
other.
graphics are my passion.
I saw a thing the other day. It's like the Doge meme. It's like back in the day.
yeah.
It's like, oh wow, this game actually functions, and then now it's like, why is it dropped from 120 FPS to 119 FPS?
19.
I saw a photo. It was just a meme, and it's like console gamers, and you're like, wow, this game is really fun. It's like the PC gamer, and he's like got his head like a millimeter away from the screen, and he's like, this texture's been repeated. I haven't had fun since 1997.
Yeah, they're like, oh, freaking, they reused the same model in the next town. This is lazy game design.
The new
I
God of War
actually
game
saw-
doesn't have a completely new getting in the canoe animation. What? Get on it, game designers.
Yeah, when I like,
People
don't-
complained about that?
Oh yeah.
I don't think gamers understand that, like, the thing I hate, right, is people say, oh yeah, I hate it when a game gets delayed. Alright, yeah, that's fair enough. We can save time by reusing assets. Oh, but I don't want the assets reused.
In
Can't
fact,
win
I want the old
Okay.
stuff executed when the game is done, so you can't reuse any of their stuff.
And then they're, no, but like, it doesn't even end there, because then they're like, big companies are like, alright, well, maybe if we crunch people a little bit. No, I don't like crunch. Bro, do you think that these assets and animations will just magically appear? You think a genie grants them?
When we were
Like-
in, like, game design class, I remember being encouraged to take shortcuts as long as it's feasible.
Well, yeah,
Like, I mean,
because
it's a
like-
common thing.
Yeah, and freaking, we got these snobby looking, know-it-alls going on, like, you're not meant to take shortcuts like this, you're not meant to copy and paste a whole asset, a whole texture, blah blah blah. Like, no, like, this is a common thing.
Dude, why does every individual
like-
barrel need its own texture? Just let things be.
Yeah.
Let's be real, every major game studio reuses assets.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
they do.
All of them. Like, there's no shame in it.
Like, it's...
you just you have to understand that if you want games to come out every year, every couple years, you want them to be these massive magnum opuses and all that, that's fine. But you also have to think, okay, well, if the game's going to be coming out every 2 years, then maybe we can't make brand new assets for every major game that comes out. Like, it's ridiculous, man.
Like, I don't want to go on, like, that sort of, like, route where I tell someone, like, oh, if you what you do better or anything like that, but imagine you have to make a game, and then you get a limited set budget on how to make it. Like, with the amount you're going to be using, do you think you can afford making everything brand new?
Like, but it's like, I see this mostly with more casual fans, where they're like,
Oh yeah.
oh man, I was really looking forward to this one game, and it'll be like the one game they look forward to, something like GTA or something big, and then they're like, oh, it's delayed, and you're like, if you think of a game like, say, GTA 5, can you imagine how many individual assets there are in that game? Like, can you honestly think, like, it'd be at least tens of thousands. You'd, like, even take one mission, like the mission where Michael goes into the Life Invader offices. Like, do you want every chair to be unique? Every table? Every keyboard? Every mouse? Like,
Now,
That costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
it's crazy, like, and, like, don't forget, it doesn't just cost money because, oh, you have to make it, but, like, it costs time as well.
Precisely.
So, like, you have to, do one or the other. Either, like, admit that, oh, okay, maybe games can take a bit longer, or be happy with, like, assets being reused.
And I do agree. I like Nintendo's thing that they've been doing recently, which is that they'll announce a game that you've never heard of and then tell you can buy it immediately. And that game still goes on to be like an amazing seller. It's like, I love that. I love the fact that I can watch a trailer, get hyped, and immediately be able to buy that game. Or be like, oh yeah, it's coming out in like within 6 months. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, ActRaiser and
built using the hype.
What, ActRaiser Renaissance? I was about to say Renaissance, but
yeah, the Castlevania
Advanced Collection. Yeah.
I will say this.
It's hard for, as a casual fan, to like keep up that momentum. To be like, oh man, I'm really excited. When does it come out? And it's like, well, we don't even know what year it's going to come out at the moment.
I honestly can't stand when developers announce something way too early. Like, the first one that just popped into my head now... Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh, right.
Think of how long ago... That still hasn't come out. Like, it's at a point now where if I was to see a trailer of it tomorrow, I'm going to be like, oh wow, that's coming out eventually? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you shouldn't announce a game 7 years prior. There's very, very, very few studios and projects that would work on that.
With that game,
I feel there's little to gain.
With Beyond Good and Evil, I remember like watching like the trailer for that. Well, not the one with like the cinematics and stuff, like the one after where they showed you going from into the planet, and going out into space on this like vehicle or whatever. And I looked and thought, I've seen this song and dance before, and not too long ago, a game that done something similar was called No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And I thought this sort of ambitiousness towards this project gives off this sort of vibe that doesn't feel pretty good. And keep in mind, the people that are developing this is Ubisoft.
Yeah, I think Anthem had another thing like that where the trailer immediately set off those bad vibes. Like, oh, I don't know about this.
No, that was just when they revealed the EA logo.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah, that's right. It was announced at an EA event at like what's it called, E3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where they were like, "Hey, check out this new game."
Everyone's like, "It's EA." We're not sure.
And like the one thing that everyone was like, oh, maybe this will be good, was it was made by BioWare, who still had like a little bit of, I don't know what the word is without sounding like a dick. They still had a little bit of goodwill left.
Yeah, no, they did.
It hadn't been completely killed. Andromeda hasn't completely murdered it yet.
Yeah. But then you started hearing stories. I think the funniest part of Anthem's development, like as a gamer, is that it drew so many comparisons to Destiny, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty hilarious, and I can see where they're from. It was a looter shooter.
Yeah.
But the word Destiny was banned from being used in the studio.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, no, they straight up said no one is to say anything in regards to Destiny in the studio.
Let's not talk about our biggest competitor in the genre.
But like, it's not don't mention Destiny to the press. It's don't say it in the studio. You're not to talk about
in
Destiny.
The studio. Oh man, no wonder that game got so fucked up.
Hang on, no, just for clarification. Do they mean in the context of the game, or could you not even use Destiny, the word?
No, don't use the word.
No. It was like
okay.
anything in regards to like game mechanics or anything.
Okay.
Like, do not say
it can't
like,
be Destiny-like.
Absolutely not.
Right. Okay.
And
you can't be that dude in the office going.
I was just wondering how petty it was.
Like
petty,
I immediately do not trust the game when I hear like when I hear shit like that. Like, if I hear something along the lines of, oh, there's trouble in the development of this game, things like that, it immediately makes me go, okay, I'll wait for it to release and I'll see if it's worth it.
You mean like, the right thing to do? And not just pre-order blindly?
I mean, no, there are some studios who I would absolutely pre-order anything from. Insomniac is one of them.
Correct.
Right? For example, if I find out, oh, Insomniac's making a game and it sort of remotely looks interesting, I'm happy to put my money down. But there's only a select few studios I would be like happy to do that with.
What about Rockstar?
See, Rockstar's tough.
I feel Rockstar can have rocky launches, but the game itself is usually fine eventually.
I mean, the online portion of their games tend to have like rocky-ish launches. But the single player stuff is always, in my opinion, phenomenal, except for GTA 5.
Yeah, Josh, honestly, what about Rockstar? I mean, all they've released recently is just GTA.
Red Dead.
GTA, Red Dead, and Red Dead Online, which Red Dead Online tanked.
The problem with Red Dead Online was... What about Red Dead
Redemption 3?
I mean, look, I'll be honest. Firstly, I'll address Red Dead Online. The problem with Red Dead Online was it was never going to appeal to people as much as GTA Online would. Like, no matter what way you put it, people would prefer shooting automatic weapons and pulling heists on, banks and like modern banks and like the modern setting and driving fast cars. People would rather do that than ride a horse. I'm sorry. It's not because it's done badly or anything like that, but it's just it doesn't have as much of an appeal.
Yeah, Red Dead, in comparison to GTA, is very underrated.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's underrated.
It sold a lot of money. It sold like a lot of games, but in comparison to GTA,
no, even in comparison, it's not underrated. But it's like at the end of the day, they had to find a way to put, let's be real, microtransactions in Red Dead Online, and they had to make them worthwhile. But there's no flying cars. You can't really like get into owning 1 million properties. Like, what's the point? What's the point? Why would I spend money on it?
Red Dead Redemption 3, about a zombie named Red redeeming himself.
Oh my god. Like, honestly, I would, like, if they turned around and they were like, alright guys, Undead Nightmare, Part 2, now, and you, like, play as Arthur Morgan in, like, his version of Undead Nightmare, I would buy the shit out of that. And I know a lot of people
to give more people tuberculosis.
You guys hyped for Red Dead Redemption 3? No, I'm ready for Blue Dude Attitude.
Nah, my favourite is... Yeah, no, remember that photo I sent ages ago? My favourite one is Yellow Fella Endeavour.
Yellow Fella Endeavour is pretty great.
But, like, think about how much goodwill Rockstar have and like the reputation of their products. If you go on Red Dead 2 posts on Facebook, people still ask for like an Undead Nightmare for Red Dead 2. A DLC is so highly thought of that people want it to come back. Like, this isn't an entire game getting remade. The DLC.
Yeah.
Like, that's the level of quality you sort of expect from a Rockstar product. And I once saw a video, I think it was Nakey Jakey. I think it was Nakey Jakey that said this, where he goes, no matter where you are on a map in an open world Rockstar game, like, doesn't matter if you're on the fucking northeast corner to the fucking southwest corner. Every single, like, no matter where you are, it's got the same level of quality. It's not like some open world games where certain areas pretty clearly sort of got more attention and anything like that. No. Everywhere you go is almost meticulously done. Now, while we're on the topic of Rockstar,
do you have a little bit of Rockstar news? I think, just maybe.
So, anyone who's updated their Rockstar launcher on PC will have noticed that there are new achievements. And these achievements sort of, I guess, confirm that a trilogy of GTA games is coming back. And that trilogy is GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas. So the PS2 games that so many people love. I've put more hours into San Andreas than I don't even know what. But
hey,
they're getting remastered.
So you finally get them?
What'd you say, Jack?
You finally get them.
I really can't wait to see how this turns out.
This has been that like worst kept secret thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it like originally it got like leaked, I guess, from quote unquote insider sources. And then it got leaked in the Nvidia leak, that was a few weeks ago. And then it got leaked again because in South Korea it got raided. And it was like straight up said GTA, the trilogy, or something like that. The complete trilogy or something. And then now that they've updated the launcher, people can see the achievements for it.
Oh my
and it's got like brand new icons and everything. So the only thing we have left, really, the only thing we're waiting on is Rockstar to like make a trailer and just say, hey, we're going back to these areas. And I also want to touch on something. They're being remade in the Unreal Engine, and I can't wait to see how that turns out.
I'll be interested to see that, yeah.
How often does that happen that they even change the engine?
Super rare. Like,
yeah,
for a game to be released, like the GTA trilogies came out, and then to remaster them in a different engine, I can't think of many times where it's happened.
Yeah, I was just like, I read that, and I was like, that's unusual.
But I think I told Anf about this, and I think I figured out why Rockstar specifically wanted to change the engine. So when San Andreas came out, which was the last one in the trilogy, it was made using the Renderware engine, right? And Renderware was owned by Criterion Games at the time. The next year, after San Andreas came out, Criterion was actually purchased by EA. And considering you can buy a car with the license plate that says EA sucks in San Andreas, I'm fairly certain Rockstar wanted to change it strictly out of not giving them money.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's my theory.
It's an interesting theory. I'll go with it.
Do you think they'll add in like the quality of life like features that modern GTA would have?
I don't know. That is a good question, though.
I don't know if you'd change much of it. But I think if people love it that much, I don't know if you touch it too much. If it's really, like, if they're really, like, they feel like a grind in some aspects, you might change them, but from what I remember of those games, I only played maybe 2. I don't feel like there were any aspects that were, like, dated, so to speak.
Like, if you go back and play, like, GTA 3 or Vice City now, it is dated.
No, the visuals, but gameplay...
no, I'm referring to the gameplay.
Okay.
Like, there are some stuff that needs improvement. But there is one really big part of this as well that we haven't touched on yet, which is, for the first time in... Actually, I think ever. If the leaks are true, this will be coming to a Nintendo console.
Oh,
And
that's
like we're
interesting.
talking a Nintendo home console, because outside of Chinatown Wars, which was like a small little spin-off on the DS, no mainline GDAs have ever been on a Nintendo home console.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because there was there was GTA Advance, but that's like different.
Oh, sorry,
Not mainline.
GTA Advance as well. Completely forgot about Advance.
Yeah.
But yeah, that goes back to a time where I believe Rockstar and Nintendo tried working together. I think this was back when Rockstar was still DMA. And it did not go well, and then Rockstar were just like, well, fuck these guys. And they never put GDA on their consoles. But imagine
Look,
being
I'm just
able...
glad that the last Smash fighter got announced before this happened, so we didn't get like the whole GTA character in Smash thing.
CJ for Smash.
Oh, we'll get
Big
to
smoke for Smash.
Yeah, I'm annoyed like CJ didn't pop up and the thing doesn't say, oh shit, here CJ goes again.
that. That would have been iconic.
Oh.
The final Smash is like number 9,
Number 9.
7.
It's just Mario at a Cluckenbell. Oh, man.
So, guys, do you think any studio has had a worse PR year, or even just a few months, than Blizzard?
No.
Good old Activision
No.
Blizzard.
No.
So, I don't want to talk. I feel like we're turning into the Blizzard/Nintendo podcast because these two
Good.
studios between them just keep bringing stuff up. One's good and one's very bad.
The duality of man.
Yes. So Blizzard, they've lost their chief legal officer, which when you've got a lot of investigations and allegations against you, that doesn't seem ideal.
I just love that,
And-
like... I just love that from where we're sitting. He just sort of, like, looked out the window and just thought to himself, like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And just walked out on him. 'Cause, man, like, at a time like this of all times, man.
And Overwatch 2's executive producer, Chaco Sonny, has quit for some time off.
Well,
That's not good.
You say quit, but
It
he,
says,
quote
yeah.
unquote, took some time off.
That's why I said quit for
Um,
time off. I'm like, I don't know if that means he's coming back or gone. Anyway,
I'm just imagining...
it doesn't seem like the
imagining-
best time for that to happen.
I'm just imagining,
Oh,
like,
no.
as he walks out of the building, Bobby Kotick standing behind him, and he just goes, shit, I don't think he's coming back, eh?
And he counts his wads of cash while he does that.
It dries his tears with $100 bills.
And so it continues. US Securities and Exchange Commission has launched a wide-ranging investigation into Blizzard, with the government agency looking into how the embattled publisher handled the multiple allegations of sexual assault, abuse, and toxic behaviour. SEC is investigating to figure out whether Activision and its executives correctly and adequately disclosed allegations of workplace harassment and gender pay issues to investors. And if they happen quick enough. Like, what tire fire is this? This just seems like, okay, guys, we're going to do all the things incorrectly, and we're going to do them all within, like, a few years.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, it's just every single wrong thing. Like, we're going to not treat our employees correctly. We're going to have sexual assault allegations. We're going to not pay them very well. We're just everything. That's just everything that is being alleged is absolutely ridiculous. It's like, how can we tank ourselves?
I think the only...
Shards, they're trying to get
studio-
the number 1 draft pick. That's how well they're tanking.
Oh, yes, it's the process, Jack. But I think the only studio, or even company, I guess, that has taken such a dive recently, the only one that comes close is CD Projekt Red.
And that's like one
but-
game. That's not like,
like,
people being
that was
absolute trash to each
That
other.
was one game, and there weren't sexual assault allegations,
No.
which is a big difference. They just delivered a bad
it
product.
was just a shitty game.
And they
Yeah.
also went to Crunch.
I mean,
Look,
I
that's
would
an
rather
industry-
I would rather have to answer for crunch than sexual assault allegations.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, that's serious enough that, like, heads are gonna roll.
Unless you're on Twitter, it's an equal crime no matter what you do.
No, but it's
Yikes.
like... But, like... They had a Bill Cosby suite.
Oh,
Like...
no.
You didn't hear about that, Josh?
Wait, what?
Everything-
Josh, that
everything-
was, no, that was in a podcast. I think that...
I don't think I've heard of this either.
No,
What
no, no.
happened?
We definitely mentioned that in a podcast. I think it's just there's been so much Blizzard stuff. It's just all hard
Yeah,
to take
Have I
in.
wiped this from my memory? They did.
Yeah, you
That
actually
is the
did.
most horrifying sentence I've ever heard.
It was
Yeah,
referred
it's,
to as the Bill Cosby story.
And this might be the least of their worries, but there's a photo of the Bill Cosby suite, and one of the employees in the photo is a man by the name of Jesse McCree, who, if you know Overwatch, you know that he's the person who, well, his name is given to one of the characters in Overwatch.
Yeah.
And now Blizzard are like, hey, we should probably rename him.
Yeah, it
Shouldn't
seems
we?
like a good idea.
So, like, at, like, the latest Overwatch games, like the esports, the announcers wouldn't refer to McCree by his name. They were just saying the cowboy.
It's so
Because they
awkward.
absolutely did not want to bring up Jesse McCree in any way, shape,
Honestly,
or form.
just ban the character. Well, like,
You cannot play this character.
No, that's honestly the... That seems like the best way to handle that until we rebrand.
It's the
or
bravest
rename.
move, I'll be honest.
Well,
You know what they'll do?
they haven't
They'll probably
taken
give him,
many
like,
of those, so...
They'll give him one of those superhero backstories, eh? They'll be like, I no longer go by that name. I am now... And it's going to, like, play some music. It's like, the cowboy, and he's got, like, a mask.
No, I reckon it's going to be some shit like, oh, now you can play as his daughter, and we're going to replace all of the shit with that character.
I don't know if that'd go over much
Or in
better.
universe, McCree goes to court and changes his name.
That
It's the most normal solution you can ever go for.
Oh, dear.
They change it to Matt Mercer.
Ugh.
My name is Magoo,
My name
the
is
sharpshooter.
My name's Jonathan Magoo. No relation.
I'll laugh if, like, they just completely take the character out and replace him. It's just replaced with his cousin or something. Jonathan Magoo, Jesse McCree's cousin. It's just like, McCree rides off into the sunset and Magoo comes in on a bus.
Well, hey guys.
What a nightmare.
Gorsh, sounds like a good day to start sharpshooting some assholes.
Why, of
What
all
was
voices,
that?
did you go with Goofy?
It's 12 in the afternoon.
I don't know, my mind went to Goofy.
I also thought Goofy. But now I can't not see. Well,
Are you...
speaking of
I
Kingdom Hearts,
honestly... Can we start a petition for Goofy to be the official replacement for McCree in Overwatch?
he comes out.
I'm just imagining Goofy with McCree's pistol now, being like...
I can't do the voice. I'm like, Gorsh, it's high noon.
I really love the idea
Oh.
of Goofy replacing McCree and like not changing the art style for much at all.
I never knew I wanted that until now.
Instead
You know-
of hearing his voice, you hear a hook, a hook,
You hook?
a hook.
Ooh, I have tears in my eyes.
But like, it's weird because McCree was actually one of the characters in Overwatch who I thought had like one of the coolest designs and backstories. And I'm like, oh damn, I can't. He can't.
You
like,
don't even want to play them anymore.
You don't want to play him. You don't want to like. It's ruined.
I know,
Yeah.
it sucks.
Yeah,
I have not touched Overwatch in months at this point.
And I don't...
I have
Don't miss
no
it
intention of going back to it.
How about we talk about a company that's doing good things?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Nintendo.
let's do that.
So, it's been so long. Nintendo have done a lot of things.
Nintendo.
First,
like,
they
swinging.
finally put in Bluetooth support. So now we actually get
You can have Bluetooth audio. on
Bluetooth
your
audio,
Switch.
which I can't believe that was introduced in a software update, but
It's impressive for a software update. I'll be honest.
makes me think why the hell we didn't have it in the first place. But hey, 4.5 years after launch, we've got Bluetooth support of some sort. It's not even full, but I'll take it. Alongside that, they announced the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack sort of deal that's going on, which includes games like Mario Kart 54, I wrote that wrong.
Legendary
Super
54-bit technology.
Yeah, the Legendary 54 edition, guys. Super Mario 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Star Fox, and a whole heap more.
You can play the Genesis now on Switch.
Guys?
Yes.
So, my phone's been buzzing, right? And this is breaking news. This was posted 41 minutes ago by Press Start. And I think it's extremely important I bring this up.
Right now?
Absolutely right now.
Okay.
We can come back to Nintendo in a
I'm
minute.
scared.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Would there be anyone we know that streams on Twitch by any chance?
Oh right, I
Yeah.
saw this right before we hopped on.
Wait, what?
All Twitch data has apparently leaked, including encrypted passwords and payout information.
That's not good.
That is absolutely not good.
Oh, well, someone gifted me subscription, so I don't have any. I don't have any credentials on there.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
How?
Twitch.
What the fuck has been happening? Like, Facebook just stopped existing for a little bit, apparently.
Yeah, October 4th, Facebook just shit itself. Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, Zuckerberg lost $5 billion or something on that for net worth.
Billion!
I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
something like
fucking hefty bill.
I think it's because shareholders panicked or something.
I mean, I don't blame him. But,
Dear Twitter.
I think something's up because Facebook, Instagram, and now Twitch. And Twitch has been on a bit of a bad streak lately, let's just
Hey guys,
say.
you know how I'm
it's
going to
been
bring this
pretty
back
bad.
to Nintendo?
How?
Nintendo's internet sucks so bad on the Switch that no one's going to be able to hack them anyway.
Yeah, good point. I think they have the play school state of mind where they're like open wide, come inside to hackers.
Good luck if you can figure out this code. We've been trying for years.
I feel like Nintendo's server room is just it's just one bloke.
It's one bloke.
Like just one guy, and he's just sitting there smoking in the room, and he's just waiting for something like a fire to start.
Yeah, he's not doing anything else. He's just waiting for something he actually needs to hack.
But yes, that was an unfortunate detour. But now back to Nintendo.
So, they announced a lot of stuff. So there was Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak DLC. There was
Yep.
Mario Party Superstars. There's an Animal Crossing Direct to come in November. There's Splatoon 3 gameplay. And Kirby and the Forgotten Land. So Kirby's getting his own game.
A 3D one in.
Oh my god, the new Kirby game looks so good.
I can't wait for it.
I want to play it so
It
badly.
looks really good. I love that they're just
It's just
embracing
Nier
the
Automata,
fact
but with
that
Kirby.
Kirby takes place in a post-apocalypse.
He takes place in the Nier Automata universe.
And then
I saw the trailer. And it was there was overgrowth in buildings, and I'm like, what is this? It looked like a very cartoony The Last of Us. And then the funniest thing was I saw a meme after it, and it just said Kirby Automata.
Does that mean Kirby's gonna die with a fucking golf club too?
Look,
Golf
I'm gonna
club
be.
can't
Oh
kill
my
Kirby.
god, no. Yeah, firstly, you were well aware that a golf club ain't taking down Kirby.
Yeah, they taking down Kirby, but or Kirby bashes King Dedede's head in with a golf club.
He does do that. I could see him doing that.
But yes, I think I'd
Just
speak
whispers
for, at the
point
very
out.
least, me, Josh, and Anf. I think I speak for me, Josh, and Anf at the very least when I say we're super keen for the new Kirby game.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, no,
there are
it's gonna be real
people
good.
personally who are excited for this game themselves.
I'm like, it's Kirby. Kirby
You
doesn't
need to
interest me.
play your Switch more, Jack.
I do. That's a pain point.
Jack,
for
Kirby's never had a bad game. Literally never had a bad game.
I do believe it's because Kirby doesn't get their own game.
Kirby has
Just saying.
20 games. I think there are more Kirby games than there are GTA games.
Yeah, but I don't play GTA. I've played like a few GTAs.
Well, it has
Jack,
more
just
games
sit
than
in the
Bloodborne
corner and be
does.
No.
quiet. We will discuss Kirby.
No. I'm going to
Yeah,
continue
excuse me,
with
the pink blob needs to say hello.
the pink blob.
Yeah, I won't handle this disrespect to Kirby.
I'm going to send you something after this. It's going to make you horrified because it reminds me of Kirby.
Okay.
In a double-edged sword, Knights of the Old Republic is getting released on the Switch, but it's not the remake.
Original one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That you remember those memes where it was when GTA had only come out on the 360 and PS3, where they're like graphics on the PS3, graphics on the 360, then it goes to graphics on PC, and it's a Let's Play. I'm thinking like something like that, where it's like PS5, Series X, and it's the remake, and it's like the Switch, and it's the original.
Yeah.
Imagine when you go to play fucking Knights of the Old Republic on your like Switch, and then it comes up, log into Origin.
Ah! I think that will make a lot of people very unhappy. Remember when, I think it was Doom, made you log in to Bethesda?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
That did not go well.
Hey, never do that shit again.
Yeah, that's just don't screw around with that stuff. Just make it easy to play my game, not harder. Please.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Stop making it harder to play my game. I just want to buy the thing and play it. I don't want to sign into your stupid fucking service.
That doesn't mean anything to me. I'll sign into it once, and like I'm just like, honestly, it's annoying.
Look, you better fucking watch your back. I will pirate the shit out of your game if I have to use Origin.
I am hoping that Nintendo can break the curse of good actual video game movies, because they have a Super Mario animated movie that is coming.
Jack, did you not see
Starring-
the casting?
And they did not skimp out on casting. They have Chris Pratt as Mario, Anna Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, Jack Black as Bowser. What is this
Can I
cast?
Can I
What-
just say,
you forgot one character.
Is
You
it
forgot
Seth
one.
Rogen,
You forgot one
Donkey
important.
Kong?
No, I didn't
Yes,
forget
Seth
them.
Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Like,
can I just say,
you
if
are
there is
a
any,
banana slammer.
if there is anyone I'm excited to see in this movie, it is Jack Black as Bowser.
Jack Black as Bowser works, but every other casting choice makes me go, are you sure about that
I
one?
just
Keen
I just wanna
as
know, like-
fucking Toad confuses the
I
shit
just-
out of me.
I just want to know how it's gonna sound.
He's like
So
skadoosh Mario.
So if Chris Pratt is Mario, who's playing Luigi Mario again? Jack?
I can't remember.
Yeah, who's playing Luigi again? It's
Did they even?
Oh, I saw a clip of someone animated and used like a voice clip of the guy who's doing Luigi, and it actually sounded pretty decent. I'm not too mad now that I've heard the voice. I'm not that mad. Chris Pratt makes me uncomfortable.
Look, I will say that Miyamoto himself was the one to announce this at the
Charlie Day was Luigi.
and he was adamant, like by the looks of it, that he was going to be involved in this, and I trust him.
He was pretty
I
happy.
trust
there.
Nintendo.
Yeah. I like the meme
So
of like Miyamoto's face on the Chad body, and it was just like comes in unannounced, says Chris Pratt's playing Mario, leaves without explaining further.
Yeah. But yeah, no, big news. They also I also saw reports that Super Nintendo World in Japan is getting expanded with a Donkey Kong area.
Oh man, and Seth Rogen will be there, trapped in a Donkey Kong suit.
He'll be like,
Banana slam. I'll never get over that
But-
fucking video you sent me.
but fucking, if I ever have to go to Donkey Kong Land, I better be able to jump like barrels and climb ladders. And if I don't die getting hit by the barrels, it's not authentic.
the weak will perish.
Exactly.
Nintendo aren't stopping. So,
No, they're not.
they did that, and then like, we're going to reveal you more stuff. More stuff. So, Pokemon. They released new Arceus trailers and Pearl and Diamond, the refreshers I'm calling them. We saw a
Anf,
new
wanna make the noise?
Pokemon.
The game looked good.
It does look good. I'm really excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus.
That looks like it might be my favorite Pokemon ever made.
Mate,
I've got to
I
be
am
honest.
keen
It
for this
keeps
new
looking better
Pokemon.
and better. I've got to
Cleavor,
admit,
which is...
okay,
No, what
yeah,
did you
that
say?
looks pretty sick.
How
love
good does he
Cleavor.
look? Cleavor is
I
a
love-
new bug rock type Pokemon. It's actually a new evolution for Scyther, who I
like it
love.
because it makes
Scyther's
complete
great.
sense.
Yeah,
Cleavor is, like,
Scyther's
for
such a
everyone who
great
hates Sizzle.
like. Yeah, but I feel like Scyther's just a really great Pokemon, and so to get and actually being sort of, bit of recognition, or to just like, hey, you're gonna get your time in the sun now. That's great.
Yeah, dude, I love everything about the Arceus Legends game. Just keeps looking better and better. Like, I expected each trailer to diminish people's hype for it, but it just keeps getting cooler.
And then you're also going to encounter Frenzied Noble Pokemon, which we don't know much about, other than they look like they are going to be tougher, and I think they basically glow red.
They
I
also
hate to
kill
be
you
that guy.
directly.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy, but it does look like... It looks like some guy was like, what if Dark Souls but Pokemon? Add super Cleavemon. What does this one do? It cuts you in half.
Freaking, you walk into like the arena where the I don't know, that glowing Pokemon is, and the freaking Gwyn's theme starts playing, the plin 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 from like Dark Souls. Like the final boss theme of like Dark Souls 1 just starts playing, and it's like, oh shit. This is it.
This
is where I die.
This is my life. Dude, I
Now-
love the fact that it just looks like Monster Hunter World Pokemon. It looks legitimately awesome.
It genuinely looks good, and if there's one... I keep saying, if there's one thing Pokemon needs, it's a little bit of innovation, a little bit of new stuff, because I love Pokemon, but I don't
Yeah,
want
the
to keep
spin-off
playing the
games.
same games with a few different skins.
Also, to give those remakes a little, like a small little coverage. Yeah, no, you don't use TMs in those, or HMs. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, they're just
you
adding
use your
all the
Pokétch.
modern. They're adding in all the modern quality of life stuff, and I'm really happy about that because
Which
lot
I
of
appreciate.
Diamond and Pearl's problems was the jank.
Yeah.
It looks
If-
like they're
if-
getting
if
rid
I
of
have-
the jank.
If I have to go back to the old EXP share, fucking nah. Take my copy back. Cause
Now-
yeah. Oh, sorry, Charles, you go on.
No, sorry. I thought we were done with Pokemon. I was just going to move us on to the big one.
Well,
Oh, yes.
what big
Yes.
news is there? I thought that was all the
you want to
Nintendo
take
news.
us out on this one?
No,
Yes.
hold up.
No, guys, I don't think there's any more Nintendo news. I think that's it. I think it's time to
Yeah.
wrap it up.
No, there is more Nintendo news.
No, wait,
because
No,
wait.
Jack.
Guys, can I please take this one? Can I please? I just want to say
Here we go.
the big Nintendo
But I was going to
news
say
that every-
something.
No, the big Nintendo news that everyone's looking forward to. I really want to look. It's special to me. ActRaiser got
Alright.
remastered for the Switch.
All right, I'll let you have that one, you son of a bitch.
Okay, but let's be honest. All jokes aside, one of the biggest things that was announced at the Nintendo Direct was that on the 5th of October,
Sora.
they were going to
And-
reveal the final character, and as we now know, because Anf is very excited, if you can't tell,
Oh yes.
He's very.
I'll tell you a
excited.
story. I'll tell you a
very
story.
excited.
Oh, he's coming.
I'll tell you a story.
It's Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story. I said this like 4 times already, so I'm going to tell my story now. So when I watched this last night, or 6th
Early in the
of
morning.
the 10th, 2021 AEST Australia time.
You want to give him your coordinates as well, bro?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay,
your
so when I
ISP.
watched this,
Give
I
me the
watched
Latin
this,
long, my
I was-
dude.
I was watching this alongside someone on Twitch, so I was watching it was like a companion piece at the same time, watching their reaction while watching the stream. And then I saw, like, Mario, like, walk up to the flames, right? I thought it was Dark Souls, and I also thought it was either Alphen from, like, Tales of Arise, because, you know, he uses, like, a flaming sword. And he pulls it out just like the fucking flaming sword from Tales of Arise. But then he throws it, and it goes in the air, spins, and I'm like, it's probably either one of those two. And then the sword shape takes the shape of a key, then I see the freaking, like, the Mickey, the hidden Mickey.
The hidden Mickey?
And the screech that came out of me was... I guess to me it sounded pleasant, but to other people around this neighborhood probably thought there was like a demon in the
There's no windows in this town anymore.
There's just people in Tapta going, the Jersey Devil lives here.
So I screamed so loudly and cried. Like, I started sobbing as soon as, like,
My dude really wanted Sora.
He really wanted Sora, let's just say that.
I started, like, ugly sobbing, man, like, just crying, and I was fucking so happy. Like, my heart was pumping. Like, I was like, man, should I call 000 with, like, the reaction I'm getting?
I'm just impressed the Mad Lads did it.
He's gonna call 000. They put Sora on Kingdom Hearts. Sir, this is an ambulance line.
Yeah, this is 000.
Some guy in the background, we're on our way, sir.
It's like, I think he's having cardiac arrest, or he's got dementia.
There's one guy there who's like, they did what? The one guy.
I'm on my way.
Kingdom Hearts fan.
I was so tempted to grab my fucking Keyblade that's, like, right next to me, and Banshee scream, Sora is in Smash, down the street.
Fucking commit seppuku right there.
Your poor
Life is
family.
complete.
Bro, I'm half surprised your grandmother didn't come into your room and slap you.
I asked her, like, later, like today. I woke up at, like, 12 because I couldn't sleep until 5 o'clock, as Shards can probably, like, vouch for me for this one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I asked her and I went, so did you hear any, like, crying and screaming at 1 a.m? And she's like, no, I was knocked out. I'm like, okay, good. Keep it that way.
Keep it that way.
Like,
don't retroactively wake up now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to get up at 3 for work, so I was like, nah, I can't watch it live. I really wish I could have seen Amp's reaction, because he was happy when it was Byleth. He was, like, so hyped, but this would have been just another level.
No.
It was another level, but with Byleth, you heard my reaction. It wasn't, like, crying or cheering or anything. It was
you didn't cry. You were just like, oh yeah, it's Byleth.
You're like, oh yeah, it's Byleth, cool. Like, I love Three Houses. I'm down for that. But the night, or last night, the moment I saw Sora, because I've been wanting him ever since Brawl, because that's Brawl's my first, like, Super Smash Bros. Game, and around that time I was, you know, getting further into Kingdom Hearts at that time. I just wanted him for a long time, and I was hoping he would be in Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS, and it turns out he could have been. Because Sora won the Smash ballot.
Yeah, he did.
In 2 countries, he came second in Japan.
He was like top 5 in all 3 regions. It was North America, Europe, and Japan.
Yeah, but I don't think
I think Sakura said he's the most requested character of all time.
No. The person who came first in Japan was Lloyd Irving from Tales.
Yeah, and we'll never get him now.
He's a Mii fighter now.
What a disrespect.
So, I also want to say, Anf is not the only one that was extremely happy, because I looked at Twitter in the morning when I was on my way to work. And I shit you not, one of there were 2 trending hashtags in the top 3. One was hashtag Sora, the other one was hashtag thank you Sakurai.
And hashtag Goku.
Dude, if you showed me the Smash roster, you could easily make combinations where I would go, this is a fucking Photoshop. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like, it just doesn't seem real anymore. They just did so, like...
Oh, yeah, sure. Sephiroth, Minecraft, Steve, Banjo-Kazooie, and Sora are in Smash.
It's that crazy guy on the internet going, oh yes, it's gonna be this guy, it's gonna be all these characters, and oh my god, it's gonna be so great, and people just, like, look at you like, this dude just lost the plot.
You know what's crazy, right, is that correct me if I'm wrong, but Brawl was the first one to actually have third-party characters because they had Snake.
Yeah, Snake and
Yeah.
Sonic
Yeah.
at the time were the big,
Yeah.
huge ones.
And those were huge, but the fact that everyone, I know for a fact a lot of people have been wanting Sora to be in Kingdom Hearts. Not Kingdom Hearts. To be in Smash for ages.
Finally, Sora's in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. And also I mentioned that hashtag thank you Sakurai. Masaru Sakurai actually responded to that on Twitter, and he essentially just said, thank you so much.
Thanks for the love.
It's because of the fans and how much they love Smash Brothers that we've made such a huge game, and it's always worth it to see them happy.
Yeah.
I hope he has a massive break from doing anything.
He's probably retiring. Fuck it.
Yeah, it would not surprise me.
Yeah, bro, go to fucking Hawaii, sip some good martinis, man. You deserve it.
Can you imagine imagine having to pitch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate to Nintendo? Yeah, we want you to make a Smash Brothers with 82 fighters in total over a few years of release.
It's just
we want
god damn it.
We're gonna have Minecraft Steve and Banjo and Kazooie, and having to pitch that to the Nintendo execs.
Oh yeah, and we're also going to need to pay for Sora.
I think they paid
By
more
the
for
way-
that keychain than they paid for Sora.
Yeah, that's freaking the licensing would have been a nightmare because it is Disney.
And everything that Disney has anything to do with it, just putting our products in things, are you?
And Disney said no the first time.
$300 million dues.
He could have been in Wii U and 3DS, but Disney was like, nah, man,
Nah.
not my characters,
they-
not our
Yeah,
characters.
they asked. That's why Sora wasn't in the Wii U one, despite winning most of the polls. It's just because they
Out of
couldn't
curiosity,
get a deal.
correct me if I'm wrong. Who actually owns the IP to the character of Sora? Is it Disney?
Disney has full reign to it, but they have to ask Tetsuya Nomura to use them.
Square technically owns Sora, but because Sora has Disney iconography on him, Disney gets the final say.
Yeah, so it's sort of a joint.
Wait,
thing.
no. It's the other way around. Disney owns Sora, but to use him, they need to ask Tetsuya Nomura.
Yeah, exactly. They did. Square owns all the Kingdom Hearts characters that are essentially original, and then all of the all of the Disney stuff that they put in there is it's kind of co-owned by Disney. It's a very strange licensing agreement. I'll tell you that.
Actually, no. All the characters in Kingdom Hearts, including the original ones, no, they're owned by Disney.
Are they Sora, Kairi,
All of them are owned by Disney.
are they fully owned by Disney?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's way more brutal than I thought it was.
Yeah. So there is one thing I also want to point out, which is just before we go, when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was coming out, apparently reports were saying that the company that was hardest to negotiate with in terms of the third party characters was Square Enix, because that was when the Final Fantasy VII remake was still in development, and it took a lot of convincing for them to let Cloud in, and they only put in 2 tracks. So even before Sephiroth got announced, I was like, nah, it shouldn't be another Square Enix character, because they were so careful with Cloud. Then they put Sephiroth, and I'm like, all right, if Sephiroth's in, that means Sora's probably a no-go.
You missed another Square Enix character. Technically, Sora's the fourth.
Who's the third?
The second, you mean?
Who's the second?
Hero.
Oh right, yeah.
That's right.
Dragon Quest.
Yeah, no.
The fact
Yeah,
that
I
a
forget
Dragon
because
Quest character
I have
took
not
so
played
long to
Dragon
get in
Quest.
there surprises me.
Also, I told Josh this earlier. Every single major JRPG franchise, except Tails, is in Smash.
Oh no, we got a Mii fighter.
I mean that sort of counts, but
Sort of.
every single major JRPG IP is in Smash.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Tales of is getting treated the same level to Undertale, so think about that.
Yeah, but at the same time, Sora himself if you think about it from like his design and grander scheme, sure he's a Mr. JRPG Max Sword guy, but technically he's a scrimbler brimbler in his own right.
Oh yeah, because he was surrounded by them.
Yeah.
And what was the third one? And the triangle there? Alright,
Oh,
it
what do
was
you mean
like
the third one?
the fighting character punching McFist Man or something.
Yeah, Punchy Mac, yeah.
Oh man.
It wasn't the only thing they announced too in relation to Kingdom Hearts.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's mixed response from that. So, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3 are all headed to the Nintendo's platform.
But...
Problem being, they're the cloud versions that nobody likes.
Yeah. No.
And even with that, if it's only 1, 2, and 3, you're missing like 18 games.
No, it's... Yeah, look, the joke, it's the 1.5, 2.5 remix, it's 2.8 final chapter prologue, and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay,
guys.
so
You just made me say the stupid number system, thanks.
No, I legitimately thought it was only 1, 2, and 3 for a second. I was going to say, that's going to be very confusing for the people that don't play the
2.8. Where's 2.1 through 7?
Yeah, honestly...
Most games do updates. Kingdom Hearts are like, no, that's not an update, that's a game.
Yeah, it's a full game.
Number.
I was hyped for this Switch collection until I saw the cloud-based, and I thought to myself, you know what? I barely touched my PS4 copy. I can just go back to that.
Yeah.
Can I just say, why did it really have to be cloud-based?
I'm guessing they would have been fine up to maybe 3. I don't know if 3 couldn't... If the Switch couldn't run Breath of the Wild, I don't think it could run Kingdom Hearts 3.
Here's the thing, like, there's been Unreal Engine games on, like, Switch. Even though they were, like, probably smaller in scope than Kingdom Hearts 3, it's still feasible.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I don't know, the Switch needs to be, like... Porting to the Switch for those kinds of games would need to be, like, a huge overhaul of the game's... God, I'm tired. I've forgotten the word completely for managing performance, but it's optimizing. Thank you. Optimization. The optimization of games must have to be completely different for Switch, because I've seen games work really well, and then I've seen games work terribly. Like fucking the Fallout game is on the Switch and it works fine.
Yeah. The Fallout Shelter.
It's not Fallout Shelter, the bloody the guys with the Fallout. Wow, what is wrong with me?
The Outer World. The Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds, thank you. Wilds. Oh my god.
I was about to say the Outer Wilds, but that's fucking another game.
I thought you guys meant an actual Fallout game, and I'm like, when did I miss that?
No, the Outer Wilds was just made by the Vegas devs.
Wilds, yeah.
Outer Wilds is different.
Yeah. I don't know, I just feel like it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't be optimized. I mean, I suppose, in theory, they got Gwent working, but I don't know if Gwent works that well.
The Witcher 3 is on Switch.
Sorry, that's what I meant, not Gwent.
Yeah.
Just Gwent's the fun part of Witcher.
Witcher 3 is on Switch. Gwent is
just
the
imagine Cyberpunk running on Switch, it would explode.
It's just like,
you take one thing out of this
bomb.
Take one thing out of this podcast, it's that Anf is super happy Sora is finally coming to Nintendo.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. I am...
To Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Maybe not to Nintendo, but to Smash Bros.
To Smash Bros. The whole, like,
Let's
Kingdom
not
Hearts
worry about the collection.
Yeah, the collection, nah, that can go fucking die in a hole. I don't care. Like, I'm glad, you know, Nintendo fans who never got to experience the game get to experience Kingdom Hearts. But it's not for me.
It's just in the worst way possible.
I'll stick to my optimal
service.
versions, thanks. Alright. Shall we wrap this up?
I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, I think that's all good.
Yeah.
Alright.
This has been the Save File Podcast. We've heard Shards,
Yo.
Josh,
Yep.
and Anf.
Yo.
And me, I'm Jack. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Signing off.
See you guys later.